Alaikum. Good morning, my dear viewers. How are you? I hope you are in well position to just like as me. I am fine by the grace of Almighty and your prayer. So, according to my promise, I have come in front of you with another very interesting lesson for you. Then I hope this lesson will be very useful and very helpful for you to maintain to establish our next future life. So as you know very well, as a first time, this is for me first step to YouTube channel and Facebook. So for this reason, also you may understand, I have some nervousness to talk in front of you. So also you know very well, this is not our mother language and national language. This is a kind of different language. So, but this language is when it becomes a media for us to communicate everywhere. So for this condition, we have to struggle for this language. So today, for example, we everybody has been struggling for English. So today, then also I have seen so many students have been struggling, and so many students have been denying English. So then I decide how can I interviewed some. I met with some student. Then I said, what do you like to study? Then some of the students said we'd like to study English more. Some of the students said we'd like to study our national language. Then I asked from them, why do you like your national language much more than another subjects? They said this is my national language. If I am perfect in this language, I will be able to work. I will be able to help my communities. I will be able to do everything as I like. They said. Then the one I asked from another one, why do you prefer English? Then he said, if I am, if I will be perfect in English, then I think I will be able to communicate with with different people, with different multinational. Then I will be in that position. I will be able to help and to support the next generation. This is my for this reason I prefer English. Then also I have seen most of the I have seen some confusion in more I have seen some confusion with a student. For this reason, so I have decided to make a lesson just to clarify, just to clear their I think confusion. Because even for example, today also we have been a struggle in most of the students have been a struggle in for English. So this is I think this is acceptable to decide. If English is very compulsory, English is very essential, English is very essential for us, we should study. If it is not essential, it is not useful, if it is not compulsory for us, why do we need to study? It is also for me acceptable question. So today, even our time is very short. Then today, as far as I can, I have decided to clarify, to simplify the importance of English. Then also, according to my observation, English is a kind of media, a kind of key subject for all standard of a student. So as example, suppose in primary level, also most of the student, every student needs to study English, even to pass their examination. The one who is weak in English, if the one, I think, if a student unable to obtain required mark, I think required mark at their examination in English, I think they will not be able to ascend to their, I think, next grade. When a student reach maybe at I think secondary level at that time also a student need to study. I think need to obtain required mark. I think to pass their examination. Then they will be able to ascend. They will be able to ascend to another their next grade. When a student have reached at the higher level at that time also even English become English becomes for them more important because even when they were I think when they were at secondary level and primary level, at that time also they had one subject in English. When they have passed the secondary level and primary level at that time, even they will have some even more than one subject in English. At that time they will have to concentrate more English. When they have passed higher level, when they have passed their matriculation at that time, if they will when they go to intermediate level, when they go to university at that time, at the university most of the subjects are in English. Even English language become their major language. The one who is weak in English, he will not be able to obtain, I think, will not be able to understand the theme of the subject, the objective of the subjects. Also, if a student cannot understand the theme of the subject, the explanation of the subject, the objectives of the subject, I think they will not be able to obtain the best mark at their examination. When they will not be able to obtain better mark at their examination, at that time also they will not be considered as a brilliant and understanding as a smart student. So for this reason, even I have seen at the university most of the students are unable to capture their professor's explanation. Most of the teachers are unable to follow, I think, to follow the subjects because all the subjects are in English. They themselves, even when they were a student at that time, they didn't concentrate English well. So for at the top level, even no professor, no teacher is able to teach them basic grammar, basic talking, pronunciation, accent, how to articulate verbs, adverb, adjective, this kind of. There are so many different types of tense. Also, these are basics. The one who is weak in basic level, I think it will be very hard for them. It will be very hard for him to be corrected at the higher level, at the university, because university is many. This is higher. It is higher grade. Even you cannot come at that level. I think you cannot come to your basic level. So, okay, suppose keep it aside. Beside a school, suppose now I am going to seek a job. When I go to the interview at that time, at the I think at the test paper there almost every questions are in English. If suppose I am weak in English, then I will not be able to answer the question. When I will not be able to answer the question at that time, I will not be selected. It is very sure. Suppose then also beside this, if somebody would like to be a businessman, also to be businessman, you will have to communicate with so many different types of people in your inside your country and outside of the country. At that time, even I have seen so many in some of the countries there are so many different national language. Even some of the people they don't know each other language. They will have to communicate with each other in English. The one who is weak in English is unable to communicate with those people without any translator or interpreter. So even English is also useful if you want to be a businessman. Also, if somebody would like to be an entrepreneur. Also, to be entrepreneur, I think it is not possible without English. To be entrepreneur, you will have to visit, will have to communicate, will have to establish so many different types of your factory, so many different types of your activities in abroad, inside your country. Then you will have to communicate we will have to communicate with them in English. If you are weak in English, even you will not be able to communicate with your nationals who are from different province, different district, different area. So even suppose if somebody would like to be, I think how can I say cabinet, somebody would like to be minister, somebody would like to be a top position, somebody would like to be president. Also, at that time also, if you are weak in English, you will not be able to be president, to be cabinet, to be member of parliament, because To be member of parliament, you will need English. A parliament member mean is a kind of big representative of the country. He will have to communicate with so many, I think, multinational, international. Maybe he will have to visit to so many where. So he will have to communicate everybody in English. So if you are really weak in English, you will not be able to do anything. For example, you are like a blind. So even I think to be a cabinet minister, even you will not be allowed, even in required skill. Maybe for this kind of position, English skill is at high priority. If you are weak in English, you will not be able, I think, to be even to apply for this position. To be president, president means this is a head of the country. To be a head of the country, you must be excellent, you must be perfect, you must be more excellent than other your nation, than your civilian, than other people. So even to be president, English, excellent English, brilliant English is very important. If you are not excellent in today's in modern era, the one who is weak in English, I think will not be able to be president because even president has to conduct so many visits. So president has to make so many visits to different kinds of people, to different type of countries. Without English, how can he be go? Can he be able to go there? Even with translator can go, but translator mean he is also a kind of secret human being. Even he will be able to work with us for 8 hours in a day. After the 8 hours, then we will be alone again. Then we'll have to so many different types of people will tax, so many different types of people will send voice messages to us. If you don't know English at that time, you will not be able to keep asking help from for another one for 24 hours. This kind of people, I think, will not be able to be president. So, according to my observation and experience, I have seen English is, I think, if you want to be at higher position, if you want to be at prominent position, if you want to achieve a better position, I think you need to be a stronger in English. Otherwise, you. So English deserve who want to promote his rank, his position. I think for them English is very important. So according to my explanation, I hope you have as I have explained you as far as I can. Thank you so much. I hope you have understood very well. So this is for me first step. Even how can I say? Even when I stand in front of you, I forgot most of the words. Really, thank you so much. Also, I have received so many different types of your motivation, your, I think, how can I say, your encouragement. By seeing your encouragement, I am very happy. So to work continuously, we need bilateral communication, I think reciprocation, interaction. Otherwise, correspondence will not be able to go forward. To go forward, sometime I should motivate you, sometime you should motivate me. Thank you so much. I will be back very soon with another new topic. Thank you so much.